Have you ever noticed that almost everyone quits long before seeing any real results? The gym, dieting, learning a new skill, changing a bad habit, starting a business, even life goals. The pattern is almost always the same. People start out super excited, then they get tired, and eventually they quit. But what almost nobody talks about is that there's a specific psychological reason behind this. And it has a name, the 3-day rule. Today, I'm going to reveal a secret that can completely change the way you face any challenge. So, what exactly is the 3-day rule? Whenever you try to change something in your life, a habit, a routine, or a big goal, your brain goes into alert mode. During the first 2 days, your motivation is still high and it carries you forward. There's excitement. There's hope. You have that powerful feeling of, this time, it's really going to work. But on the 3rd day, something shifts. The initial excitement starts to fade. The discomfort of the new routine grows. Doubt starts to creep in, and that urge to quit gets stronger and stronger. The 3rd day is almost always the breaking point. And it's not because you're weak. It's because your brain absolutely hates change. Let's dive into the psychology behind why we quit. More often than not, we give up because our emotions convince us it's just not worth continuing. Your brain is biologically wired to save energy and keep things familiar. When you try to change, your brain treats that change like a threat to its stability. So, it starts creating excuses that sound incredibly reasonable. You should probably just start next week. You're way too tired today. Just take a break. Maybe this isn't really for you. It's not worth all this effort. These thoughts aren't a sign of a lack of willpower. They are an automatic built-in defense mechanism. But here's the secret. If you can just get past the 3rd day, everything changes. So why is the 3rd day the hardest? It's because that's the moment when the novelty wears off and the real effort begins. On day 1, you're acting on pure excitement. On day 2, you're still coasting on the expectation of success. But by day 3, all that's left is discipline. And discipline is what separates the people who try from the people who actually transform their lives. The 3rd day is when your mind starts trying to negotiate with you. It's when your body starts complaining and feeling sore or tired. It's when your emotions start to sabotage your progress, but it's also the exact day that winners are born. Hear us a truth that few people will ever admit. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they quit on the hardest day. They stop right at the moment when the change is about to become real. It's like digging for gold and giving up just inches before you strike the vein. If you can hold on just a little bit longer, your brain starts to adapt. The habit you're trying to build starts to form. The internal resistance begins to fade, and your progress starts to feel natural. So that feeling you get on the 3rd day doesn't mean you can't do it. It means the change is actually working. The pain, the fatigue, the doubt, the overwhelming urge to quit all of it is proof that you are successfully leaving your comfort zone. If it were easy, it wouldn't be a transformation. It would just be a repetition of what you've always done. And the secret to breaking through is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Don't think about quitting forever. Don't think about the possibility of failing down the road. Don't even think long-term at all. Just think this one thought. I just need to hold on for 24 more hours. Not forever. Not for life. Just one more day. Tomorrow you can decide again. So, I have a friendly ultimatum for you. If you're about to quit something important right now, a project, a new habit, a dream you've always had, I won't ask you to commit to it forever. I'll only ask you this. Hold on for 24 more hours. Just one more day. Just one more attempt. Just one more step. If after that you still want to stop, the choice is yours. But at least you won't quit on the exact day that real change begins. Here's what almost nobody realizes. When you survive the 3rd day, something invisible happens inside you. You don't see it right away, but your mind starts to reorganize itself. Your brain begins to think, okay, maybe this is the new normal. And that's when your internal resistance starts to weaken. The fight stops being against the new habit itself, and it just becomes a simple battle against occasional laziness. In other words, the worst is already over. But most people quit before they ever discover that. The third day doesn't test your strength. It tests your identity. It's silently asking you, are you the type of person who quits when things get tough? Or are you the type of person who keeps going even when it's hard? This isn't just about discipline. It's about who you choose to become. Every single time you push through for one more day, you build a new identity. Someone who doesn't run, someone who doesn't give up, someone who doesn't abandon themselves. And what happens when you last just 24 more hours? You prove to yourself that you are not controlled by your impulses. You prove that you don't have to quit at the first sign of discomfort. You prove that you can do hard things. That small victory creates something incredibly powerful, real confidence. Not the fake kind that's built on motivational quotes, but the kind that is forged in action. And that changes everything. The decisive moment in any journey isn't when you feel strong and motivated. It's when you feel tired, unmotivated, and completely unwilling to continue, and you still keep going, because that's when your character is truly built. Anyone can continue when it's easy. Very few people continue when it's hard. But those few are the ones who change their lives. So remember this. The third day lies to you. It tells you that you can't do it. But what it really means is, you're closer than you think. Most people will never find out what exists beyond the third day. But you can. All it takes is 24 more hours. Just one more day. Just one more step. Because sometimes success begins on the very day that everyone else gives up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.